Yo, what's going on? I'm just gonna do a quick trade recap from yesterday Asian session to what happened this morning until up to the FOMC. Gold is overall trend down. I predicted that it was going to continue down, but as you can see, we're on a retracement. I'm still sell biased on gold, even though we just uh, broke the high. I'm not sure how confident I am with this break right here, but we're going to see what happens because there's a lot of imbalance right here, order block, a lot of shit going on right here. So it depends on what we see in the next probably a week, probably next week. Depends on what kind of market structure we see, if we're going to continue down or if we're going to come up here and take that high. But yeah, you see, we have a lot of imbalance, order block. So we're gonna see if we're gonna come up here or continue lower. So, but to go into the lower time frame, to go to last night during Asian session, this was my idea that I was looking for a continuation of the buy. Now market had just come to this breaker slash order block, and it made a retracement. Now on this retracement, right, it has two choices. It can either retest and then break down, continuing the sell and kind of, or I was expecting either that or to just bounce off of this and continue the buy. But this was either going to be used as a reversal to continue down or as a retracement to make another high. And I knew it was going to make another high just off of market structure and kind of the impulse we had, right? Like we had this big impulse right here, and I needed another impulse. And what I was looking for was a couple of things. I was looking at one is these order blocks right here, right? And that's what the trade, the basis of my trade was. We had an order block, we had a liquidity grab right here, a small liquidity grab, and I was expecting a buy, right? I was expecting a buy. That's what I was expecting. But as you can see, market decided to drop high and then continue to my position. Now there's nothing to be done in this scenario. Like sometimes it's just gonna do that. There's no reason really to come all the way down here. Like I'm sure there's some and then like a minute or 30-second, there's something going on here and there's a reason why it got here. But yeah, this was a loss I took, and nothing to it. Now I could have done something better here, which is gone with a little bit less risk, because this is a high risk trade, right? Like we still haven't broken structure, so based off of that I should have gone a little bit of less risk. But I just wanted to go off of the liquidity grab and I thought it was just going to leave. So a little bit of patience, a little bit of less risk, could have done a lot of things. Now coming into New York session, I was still biased. Now I'm actually more confident that market was going to come for this high, because there's no reason why it should come all the way here. There's no imbalance. There's nothing for it to. There's no liquidity grab unless it comes all the way up here. So I was biased. Market was going to come up there. So coming in this morning, all I did was look for setups for a buy, and I saw this right here. I entered prior to that, but this is what kind of gave me the confirmation, right? We made an impulse last night, and then during London session we had a pullback and a little bit of kind of pullback, right? And New York session I'm expecting an impulse, another impulse, and kind of what gave it the confirmation was that there's two things. Now this isn't the chart I had on during the actual execution. I had more markups and I kind of deleted it for the purpose of this video. But we had a liquidity grab of the up here, and we had another liquidity grab. Now once this happens, you can safely put your stop loss here, right? Because there's no reason why market should come back below right here if it's going to buy. And this scenario is You should look for this every single time. Right here, liquidity, and then on the opposite side, and then it should just go and close, and that's exactly what it did. And it had my TP perfectly. Like there was a little bit of a wait time now, and I did enter a little bit early, but I did give it enough room because I did have to do something, and I couldn't wait until this happened, so I gave it just enough room so I can still take liquidity and then push while I'm still in the trade, right? So that happened. I went straight to my TP. This was exactly my TP. I'll put up a screenshot at the end, or actually I'll put up a screenshot right now. But that was the idea, and I was out. I was done for the day. Now FOMC did come, and I was just watching the news and kind of observing what price does, and I highly suggest you do this as well. Mind you, my TP right here is still very much far away from the actual liquidity grab, right? Like all the way up here, it's still pretty far from it. You see that? That's still what? How many pips is that? That's still another 40 pips away from that. Now, when this is happening during a high level news, what is the probability that even if it's planning on continuing down, like SL, it's still gonna come up here, grab liquidity, and then drop? And that's my idea behind it. And I was just watching price now. Right when news came out, this little sell happened, and I was just watching price. What is it going to do? Now we're going to go on a 1 minute time frame because it's more clearer down there. But you just gotta watch this low, right? Like you just gotta watch this low and see what price is trying to do. And going into the lower time frame, I was watching price this whole drop, right? This whole drop, I was just watching price. And even prior to the news and kind of early, I noted that there is an imbalance right here. An imbalance that led this whole buy. And when price got here, I was just watching, right? This needed to happen, and then this sell needed to happen, and just watching, right? As soon as this candle happened, this buy candle happened, what I did is found imbalances, right? Like there's an imbalance here. I was hoping this candle would come back into here, which is why I had the buy stop right here, come dig into this and then buy. Now it didn't do that, I ran away. And what do? I started looking for more imbalance, right? There was an imbalance right here. There was a little bit of imbalance between here, which it didn't do anything. This is 1 minute time frame. And before I enter, right, ICT enters as the candle is digging in. I like to wait. I want to see a little bit of a bounce before I get involved. And in this scenario, if I was buying when this candle was dropping, I would be screwed, right? Even though we did buy back up, I'll be in drawdown. So I like to see a little bit of reaction before I enter. And this is what it did right here. This candle digged in, boom, high. And this candle is what you're looking for when you trade. Like it's a low risk trade because we had already seen an impulse from this area showing us that there's a lot of volume, and all you need to do is place your stop, not even all the way down, but that comes with experience. You don't have to place it all the way down. You just need to know where it shouldn't go below, and in my mind it shouldn't go below here. So that's where my stop was. This was my TP. The high, remember the high, the liquidity, that's where my TP is. Now I continue to mark up imbalances, and as you can see, it didn't get here, but what did it do here? Boom, impulse. Another imbalance, boom, impulse. Came down, grabbed the liquidity right here, and boom. Now, well, it's on a gold is on a buy right now. So I did not take these trades during the news. I do want to point that out. I did not take any of these trades. I was just marking it up to see kind of what is price doing, right? Like where's the manipulation, right? Let's go on, look, where's the manipulation right here? This drop is a manipulation, right? It could have just continued buying, manipulate, take a lot of people out, and then boom. Where after the manipulation, then we look for entries, right? Entry, 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 entry. So again, I didn't trade this, but you kind of get an idea of what the market tends to do when there's a high news or when it's about to make an impulse move and continue the move. is going to do these, right? It's going to boom, impulse. And that's what I didn't wait here. As you can see here, that's exactly what happened during Asian session, right? Boom, liquidity grab. That's a take a lot of people out. Boom, give us that impulse, confirmation that it wants to go buy up. Imbalance, right? A small imbalance right here. Boom, give us a confirmation, and then you make the impulse. So before market is going to run to its destination, it's always going to manipulate, take people out, take their money, and then run. So I give all credits to ICT. He taught me everything I know about trading. Like I used to trade support, resistance, and trend lines and whatnot. I used to trade all that. And ICT, when I got introduced to ICT, like it changed everything for me, because I used to have so much indicators, so much crap on my chart that I wouldn't even be able to know why is the price doing that. And I was always curious to know, like, why is price making this move, and why did it make it from this specific area? Why did it get to this area and then started making a move? I was really curious to find that out. So when I got introduced to ICT, it immediately clicked for me, because one, he had nothing on his chart. He trades blank, just horizontal lines, and that's it. Like just drawings and nothing, no indicator. And he just understood how the market worked, and I love that about him, because he truly taught me how to see the markets the way they are, and not the way I want to see them, but the actual way they are. And I give all the credits to ICT. He's a great guy. He's a wonderful person. He's a great mentor. Um, I highly suggest, if you haven't been introduced to him, search up ICT and go start learning. Like, you're not gonna learn everything in a day, but you'll figure out kind of what you see in the markets and pick that out. Like, I see these moves like liquidity grabs, imbalances, impulse, like all that is clear today for me. And like this is a chart that I'm marking up on, right? Like this is a chart that I'm taking my trades on, right? Like this is a chart I actually use to document my trades as well, right? Like yeah, to document my trades, right? Like this is a chart I use. And so you need to, as you can see, like very beautiful trades. And the mistakes I'm making right now is more of, like, I guess my own struggles of being patient, being trusting my strategy, and kind of waiting for my setup to form. That's kind of my struggle right now. But as far as seeing the markets, I feel like I know what I'm doing, and I can see clear moves. Like it's just great. So shout out to ICT. And yeah, this is the trade recap for episode 2, and I hope you learned something from this. And yeah, catch you next time. Peace.